the federal government of Canada announces investment in the biotech industry, and we take a look at who they plan to fill those seats with. Let's dive into Critical Chris in Focus. Welcome to another episode of In Focus with Critical Chris. Not short enough to be real, and real enough not to be too short. Just enough to get in, get out, and get on with their day. Some hard to pronounce names coming your way. Ministry of Industry, the Honorable Mélanie Joly, Sam Wadsworth, and Tamer Mohammed, Chief Scientific Officer and Founder and CEO of Aspect Biosystems, Hedy Fry, MP for Vancouver Centre, and Fiona Dalton, President and CEO of Providence Healthcare. They all came together late last week to discuss what Sam Wadsworth claimed was the rapid growth of Canada's biotech sector, along with Canada's investment in biotech projects.
So our team at Aspect is proud to be an integral part of Canada's rapidly advancing biotech sector. And we're here today because of a mutual understanding that growth of our sector requires strong partnerships, and we're grateful for the government and their willingness to invest in transformative projects.
We'll look more into that claim in a future episode of the Roundup. Hedy Fry goes on to proudly highlight that Vancouver is home to remarkable bioscience and that it leads the way with its cutting-edge industry.
What I want to say is Vancouver is a home of remarkable bioscience. It really is a leading cutting edge. Isn't it nice to have something on the West Coast that's doing well? I think we all feel that that's great.
As an interesting aside, Fry spent some time recollecting over Mélanie Joly's achievements, including her time down south trying to finalize a deal with Donald Trump.
I remember when she was working with our neighbor to the south, Mr. Trump, to try and get a good deal for Canada. She was very much involved in that.
How'd that go for her? Well, considering she never finalized the deal, I'd say it was an abject failure rather than something to be commemorated. Back to the topic at hand, Fry goes on to say that Joly is leading the way by investing in independent industries such as the bioscience industry. Joly followed up with the declaration that the project being announced had been in the making for 7 years, a great point to highlight just how efficient our government is at generating interest in investment and development in our country. She announces that the government of Canada is investing $125 million to create 1,000 new jobs in Vancouver and 850 new student positions in life science, with the goal of positioning Vancouver as a global hub.
That the government of Canada will be investing $125 million to create 1,000 new jobs here in Vancouver, 850 new student positions in life science.
To round up and summarize the investment being made, Joly announces $48 million for a new innovation hub at the expanded St. Paul's Hospital. This will create 800 new jobs and 600 co-op positions for students. They will also invest $79 million in Aspect Biosystems to create 300 jobs while maintaining 117 pre-existing jobs. The goal of Aspect Biosystems is to create three-dimensional 3D human-printed tissue to help treat things like liver-linked disease and diabetes. I'll be looking into any potential conflict of interest here, because that's what I do. But all in all, the time taken to finally achieve this goal aside, this is good news, right? Well, Joly goes on to state that this is actually a part of a global talent attraction strategy that was launched back in December of last year. We all know what that means. The announcement on the Government of Canada website states, IRCC will support this initiative by providing account manager services for employers and priority processing of work permits. Additional initiatives led by the IRCC include alignment of permanent residency pathways to retain top talent who enter Canada as temporary workers. Global skills missions to connect employers in priority industries with the top talent that they need. And a multi-pronged domestic and international outreach campaign to inform employers and target talent about strategy initiatives and facilitate entry. So there we have it. While trying to lay out the foundation for this investment strategy for the last 7 years, Joly and company could have focused on prioritizing domestic student development in these fields, but instead, immigrants get the reputable jobs, employers and educational institutions are incentivized to bring them in, and of course fast-track permanent residency for newcomers who are a part of this program. I'm shocked anyone's interested. Not. Meanwhile, Canadians get to brag about our government spending billions on immigration programs to conduct research being led by more immigrants.
It will bring around 3,000 new researchers from the world to Canada, and actually I must say a lot of Canadians. We've said to these researchers, Canada will be your home. Please come and apply. We want to work with you. We want also to welcome you and your family and also your entire research lab. And what we've said also to Canadians abroad, well, it's time to come home. And I must say, we've received 2 weeks ago the first candidacies, the first submissions, and there's enormous amount of interest in our different programs. So UBC, SFU, University of Victoria, Northern BC, and Thompson have all applied.
Okay, I just want to say, while it's positive to see Canada actively courting investment and attempting to grow its biotech sector, this announcement is overshadowed by deeper challenges. Canadian businesses continuously have to deal with excessive red tape, bureaucracy, and tax rates that make it difficult for domestic startups and existing enterprises to survive and scale. Rather than prioritizing the fast-tracking of foreign talent and immigration-link incentives as the central pillar of such projects, greater focus should be placed on repairing the broken foundations at home. What do they need to do? Reduce regulatory and tax burdens on entrepreneurs. Ensure Canadian students and workers are given every opportunity and incentive to lead in these high-value fields. So, I get it, this is going to sound like word salad, but building ambitious new initiatives on unstable ground risks delivering more symbolism than sustainable progress. True long-term success in biotech and the broader economy will require fixing the foundation first. I'll be going into more detail on this specific topic in the future episode of the Roundup or perhaps Beyond the Headlines. Until then, Chris out.